But this whole thing of depression, anxiety, memory loss, and lack of focus on studying, the competition was real then.
Yeah.
What's about how the result is a form CD to more, no? Everyone is going to see you, COC. You're going to and really,
yes,
the concentration was super, and the focus was super. Now most parents will tell you that my child cannot read a book straightforward for an hour without, well, an hour is much, 30 minutes without distraction. And yes, I know that the phones and other things play a role, but it's really about the foods we eat. Yeah.
Okay. So let's pick. I want it to be easier for everyone, because now
Yeah.
I think you've raised a panic. It's like every single thing that we eat or apply has an adverse impact. Let's pick about 5 mental health conditions, and I would like maybe developmental disorders to be a part of that. ADHD, autism, maybe depression, and maybe 3 others, where maybe from your perspective as a biomedical scientist, you can just give us a couple of insights on this disorder is probably caused by A, B, C, and D with regards to diet. And then we can talk about how we can take care of ourselves.
Okay. I think simply what I can, how I may shade or put it for parents and listeners to know is, generally processed foods. Processed foods, there are chemicals added in them to preserve them. There are colorants added in them to make them more appealing.
Yes.
Those 2 things in themselves are chemicals that the body cannot process. No matter how minute they may seem, but I can tell you, studies have been done that any colorant in food would either make a child hyper, throw tantrums, or just make them moody. So being a biochemist, my interest was to know how that happens. So there is a protein called glutamate. Glutamate. So when this, I said colorants, I also mentioned preservatives, flow in our blood. They cannot be processed anywhere, but they flow through the tiny openings of the glutamate channels. Glutamate is what is responsible for excitement. It's responsible for, it's a happy, it triggers happiness. The hyperactivity that you see in autistic children is because of glutamate. So the processed food target glutamate, and the more organic food would target the GABA. The GABA system is responsible for calmness. Is what is, I was thinking of soldiers, but that is a bad example, because soldiers are trained to be calm. But there are certain foods that after eating them, someone can be insulting you, someone can be nasty in traffic, and you are calm. But if you have snacks, Zimba chips, Doritos, and things like that, let someone cut you on the traffic. Your glutamate are already, they are already they're already activated. Right. So anything that comes along, you'd snap. So I would say to manufacturers and parents, try and find foods that really have less colorants, less additives, because all these things cause a reaction of excitement, which is not healthy. And people will say, these foods are expensive. But if really you could do your research, they are not. They are not. For example, if you would go to, I don't want to mention brand's name, but really, they are not. You at home, you have a garden. You can produce your own vegetables. Oganga ponietsetla wa yona wa kopanya ka mabele, and your children, how batala ba le banyenyane, they're going to be used to the taste of healthy things. And try as much as you can to avoid. Now I'm talking about children raising their children, parents raising their children to lean more towards organic food. Train them to love veggies, clean meat, as young as they are. I have a child who will be 6 months soon, but what we did is we introduced him to legumes, avocado, because when they are young, we are training the tongue and the sensory receptors to be more accustomed to those. Now, when he's grown up, he's not going to struggle to take cucumber and broccoli and things like that. But if we introduce sweet things, zimbas, the next time when you bring something healthy, he's going to reject it.
Absolutely.
So I just want to read something short here about glutamate and just as a statement that goes there for anyone who wants to research. Glutamate dysfunction has been central to conceptualizing of neurotransmitters involvement in autism for years. So much so that Fatemi in 2008 proposed a hyperglutamate theory of autism, referring to a set of findings of increased levels of amino acids in blood samples of children and adults with the disorder. So if you check all the disorders that have to do with mood swings, bipolar, ADHD, autism, and other ADD, attention deficient disorders, you will see that all of them have to do with a glutamate cycle that is out of control. So the colorants, the toxins sort of press on the glutamate, and jolokaha oka and your hand is on the hooter. The glutamate is being told you have to be excited. You must be excited. You must be hyper. So we have to find chemicals that remove the micro or nano chemicals to alert the glutamate that no, there's no need for you to be excited now. And then we must find other chemicals, neurotransmitters, that alert the GABA, which is the calming hormone, to say you have to be calm. So hada medicating, what do we do? You have to detox the body. And we have a few detoxing agents that I will mention, which have been researched intensively and work wonders. In fact, many disorders that we treat, we just use those three, and you'll be amazed how effective they work. One of them, I have it in front of me, it's called zeolite. Now, this zeolite, in its organic state, it's a rock, a sea rock, a whitish sea rock. But now the company I work with has been able to reduce it to a nanoparticle. And in this state, it's able to cross the blood-brain barrier. When you apply it on your tongue, what it does, immediately it goes through your blood system, and it will be in your blood system for at least 5 hours. What it does, it targets, it's negatively charged. It will target all the heavy metals that are positively charged, which is mercury, aluminium, and others. But mercury and aluminium are the biggest ones that that cause all these neurological disorders. So it'll bind them and bind them so secure, and they will be excreted via the bodily excretion mechanism.
Natural. So with so much information out there, because I mean, we're learning so much now that we need to be careful about what we eat, certainly for children and adults as well, and what we apply on our bodies. But there's so much out there. There's so many products out there. How do we know what is right for us?
You know, I'm a person a free-going person. I really don't want to be, or our listener for that matter, to be, rigid and things like that. So what I encourage more than anything is at least once in 2 weeks, detox your body. Then when you detox, you remove the burden that your cells are already exposed to. Then at least your cells now, instead of trying to get rid of, remember for your body to be well, you need enough of the white blood cells. But when now the white blood cells have to focus on removing toxins, they're going to pay attention so much on that and ignore fighting bacteria and viruses. That is why now we sicknesses like flu take so long. My wife and child got flu, but I don't have it, and I've been helping them. I remember in the morning I was telling you that I was busy. I went to the bush, to the forest, got me some eucalyptus leaves, boiled to do a diffusing for them. And when I came here, at least they were in a better state. So the reason for you to keep your let me put it this way: when your immune system is at its optimal best, you won't get sick. So what you have to do, keep on detoxing your body. Then you allow your defense system to focus only on the critical phases. Like, for example, when COVID comes here, our body was not used to that, was not trained to handle COVID, but other people managed even without any track. Why is that? What I mean without no track is they were taking supplements like vitamin C and antivirals and things like that. But their body was able to handle that because their immune system was good.
And how are some of the ways that we can detox?
Okay. The zeolite, and then for your brain, particularly, which is what we are discussing here, is lithium orotate, and then methylene blue. Those 3 products are excellent for any neurological detoxing you want to do. So what they will do is all the free radicals, when the brain is loaded, so much oxidation happens. Free radicals are formed, and when that happens, is that the brain, let me say, the body has already its mechanism of detoxing. It's called glutathione. But when it's compromised, little of it, especially when glutamate is high, little of it is processed. So when GABA is produced and released in the body, enough glutathione is released, and that is a natural chemical in the body that sweeps, if you would, all this scavengers and free radicals. But in a case where it's already compromised, in cases like bipolar, cases like dementia, Alzheimer, then you need this chemical to help the body to quickly get rid of free radicals and oxidative uh, transmitters out of the system. And lithium is amazing. In fact, in bipolar, high concentrations of lithium carbonate is used, but researchers have seen that even just low doses are enough to keep you calm almost throughout the day. I've had one expert who had brain injury, and they were able to come out of it saying that they have now some adult form of ADHD, and when he's in traffic and bothered and offended, he puts lithium by his armrest, and when he's bothered, he just sprays it in the mouth, and within 20 minutes he's calm. So this the methylene blue is a dye, and it was opposed because it's cheap, but it's effective. But all of them, they don't remain in the body. In 5 hours they're done.
Okay.
But they strip the body, the mind, the brain, and quickly they're done.
Okay, so with regards to because obviously supplements need to find a healthy body, right?
Yeah.
How what are natural ways of achieving this a healthy state of mind, a healthy physical state through what we eat? I mean, you've already mentioned some like avoiding processed foods because they have a lot of colorants and whatnot. And I also know spices. There are spices which are high in
very
glutamate.
Good.
So, can you just take us through maybe that's 5 healthy ways of taking care of yourself, being, detoxing, eating well, for the listener and myself?
No, that's a very good question. I've seen that if you would try and focus on having this supplement, you're going to be clouded and not sure which one to take today, which one to drop. So what I advise even the parents and people I work with is target superfoods. Superfoods will give you a collection of everything that you need, and the prices will be cheaper. Superfoods I really recommend and are my go-to place is moringa. Moringa has all the minerals and vitamins that your body needs. The second one is red algae. It's a seaweed. It's an amazing superfood. It has almost, I think it's short of just two minerals that the body needs. And it's affordable. We have it in our store, both moringa and red algae. And all the forms of seaweeds are amazing. And then if you cannot buy those things, and for whatever reason, they're not so expensive. For 300 you would have whatever, either of the moringa or red algae. But if really for whatever reason you're really financially challenged, find aloe vera. We have it plenty in the Lesotho. It's an amazing superfood. And what I like about aloe vera, not only it will give you almost all the amino acids. Amino acids are required for neurotransmission and just building of the body, building of new cells and healing of the body. but it will also detox. You remember growing up, how motho no sa ikutlwe hantle, mo fe mohalakane, mo fe lekgala. So it does that. It detoxes the body, but also gives you amazing vitamins and minerals. So those are the 3 superfoods that I would really recommend. And just tons and tons of vitamin C. Vitamin C helps the brain to and then nervous system just to relax a bit after all the hard work of cleaning. So it's how I define it is it's a sofa, a sofa just for the brain to relax. So you need to give supplement with tons and tons of vitamin C. It in the medical terms, it has a rich amount of antioxidants, and that is just to allow your body to breathe a bit.
So where can people find you and the amazing products that you sell?
They can find us Stoppases or Sefateng or Memorial Hall. Habalemo, all they do is take the direction of Young IBC College, and then they will meet the T junction with a road leading to left. They shouldn't take that road. Right at the T junction, Habashabaka Hudim on the right, there's an open gate. That's where we are based. It's a cream complex with 2 pioneer trees inside. That's where we are based. Alternatively, they may get our products at Pioneer Mall at Vitality. That is where we'll sit down and break down everything, and whether it's an issue of brain injury, bipolar, ADHD, we have supplements that cater for brain development and brain recovery.
Yes. All right. So what are your parting shots?
My parting shot is there's hope. The Creator has designed the body to be able to heal itself. And some of all the foods that we eat have a responsibility. For example, your nootropics, they're called nootropics. Things like lion's mane, things like ginseng, not only build the brain cells, but they also help them to recover. So the people who have just been able to recover from serious brain injuries by just eating nootropics like lion's mane. So every part of the body, for exercising, you need starch. For brain development and being smart and cognitive abilities, you need certain foods. For clear skin, no acne, no blemishes, you need certain vitamins. So it's that in our office, that's where we'll advise you for any type of ailment that you have. We've been trained to say, okay, there's a supplement of vitamin that you need for that. Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So there you have it. We have listened in with guidance from the expert. We have to take care of ourselves. Healthy, in fact, health starts in the gut. And thank you so much for joining this episode of the Faces of Mental Health. Please like and subscribe and join us for the next episode.